She survived a challenging ordeal. Tonight, we're hearing from a 10-year-old girl who found herself alone in the Kittitas County woods overnight. Plus, a major concern for our region. You can face expensive consequences if you don't clear out tall weeds and wildfire ignition sources from your home or business.
And overcast skies, breezy winds. Is it going to rain tonight? I'm tracking your first alert forecast.
We begin with breaking news this evening. ABC News reporting that former President Donald Trump has been indicted on several counts related to the classified documents investigation. ABC News is citing sources in reporting that information. David Muir will have much more ahead on World News Tonight at 5:30. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday evening. I'm Madeline Hagan.
And I'm Stacy Lee. Thanks for joining us.
And the Natchez Fire Department responded last night to a fast-growing fire off of Old Natchez Highway between Natchez and Glebe. The fire officials there say it's their first big fire of the year, and there were some concerns about homes nearby. But with the help of DNR's Air Resources and surrounding agencies, they were able to put out the fire at 860 acres. The cause of the fire remains under investigation, but fire officials say it's a good time for people to be cautious.
With the hotter daytime temperatures and the native grasses that we have, they're drying out just about every day. You can see those conditions change, so people need to be really cautious about if they do burn outside.
And the fire chief there says they're always in need of more help, especially during this busy time of year, fire season. Anyone interested in becoming a volunteer firefighter should contact them about joining up. Well, skies over our region have turned gray. Kind of a sight to see, Stacy, after we've been so used to this sunny weather. Tell us, what are we going through outside?
Well, it's been rather gloomy, and we've got an active weather pattern, but just kind of sliding by the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities on up to the north. Pretty active weather there this evening with some severe thunderstorm warnings. But so far tonight, just pretty calm, just a little bit gloomy out there, and we are going to see some breezier winds. So look for those gray skies to continue through the evening in Yakima. Temperatures dropping into the 80s by 8 p.m. Tri-Cities again on the cooler side, cooler than we thought today, dropping down to 84 by 8. And in Walla Walla, we could see some rain showers hanging around the foothills of the Blues, so be prepared for that. Here's what's coming up the next few days. Of course, big graduation weekend, chance of showers, breezy winds tonight. Showers possible tomorrow, clearing in the afternoon, and get ready for cooler weather both Friday and Saturday. I'll get to that in your first alert weather forecast. Maddie?
Thanks so much, Stacy. The union representing Yakima Valley College faculty took a vote last month saying they have no confidence in the college's president, sharing concerns about transparency, communication, and retaliation. YBC officials have said they haven't seen any evidence of their concerns and that they support the president, and both sides have released statements this week accusing the other of making false statements or not providing enough information.
We'd like some transparency. We'd like communication. We'd like there to be acknowledgement that there's problems and some kind of path towards dealing with them. But the board's response seemed to be, no, we don't see a problem. It's fine.
The union says it's not giving up and plans to keep pushing for the answers and resolutions the faculty needs to be able to keep educating their students. Well, her case was a shocking tale of domestic violence that ended tragically last fall. Now family and friends are honoring Brandy Ibanez's memory with a special section inside a local thrift store. Last week, we told you about the grand opening of the Mariposa Boutique, where proceeds spent go to the domestic violence services of Benton and Franklin counties. There's a special corner dedicated to Brandy and her unborn son, Kane, to raise further awareness about abusive relationships. Mel Ray Smith, Brandy's close friend, helped organize the effort.
I hope this brings awareness for those dealing with domestic violence or those who lost it. It made my heart feel full that, that her memories is not going away and it's there to stay.
Brandy's ex-partner Richard Jacobson is accused of her murder. Court records state his trial is scheduled for July 17th. We'll hear more from Mel Ray later tonight on KAPP Local News at 6 o'clock. We're learning more tonight about what a 10-year-old girl faced after she found herself alone in the Kittitas County wilderness. Shangla Mashwani and her family came to the U.S. 2 years ago. On Sunday, they visited Cathedral Rock Trailhead in Kittitas County, but noticed the 10-year-old was no longer with the group as they crossed over a footbridge. Her relatives spent hours searching but had no cell service. That's when a stranger on an ATV happened to come by and called 911 on a satellite phone. Meanwhile, the 10-year-old hiked downstream and slept between two trees overnight.
I was thinking was trying to go to sleep in the night and then wake up early in the morning, and then I'll find my dad and mom in the forest. Not just me, everybody is proud of her, that she is brave and she take care of herself.
Oh, what an incredible little girl. On Monday, the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office broadcast a message recording by the girl's father so she would know a rescue team was searching for her. After more than 24 hours, she was reunited with her family. Searchers located her about a mile and a half south of where she had last been seen. Oregon's largest city is officially moving forward with plans to restrict unauthorized camping on public property. The city of Portland just approved new rules banning all camping from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Because of that, any unauthorized camps will have to be dismantled during the day. The city is also banning gas stoves in camps and putting limits on where people can camp during those overnight hours. And the mayor of Portland says they're still working on a plan to enforce the new rules, but he says starting next month, he expects that people could get a warning the first 2 times they're found violating the rules and that could face fines or even jail time. Hidden eyes now keeping watch in parts of eastern Washington, and some authorities have used them to solve crimes. Those license plate camera readers, also known as flock cameras, now installed and operating around Spokane County. Officers arrested a suspect in the attack of a woman on a hiking trail with the help of one of those flock cameras, which captured the suspect's car and license plate number.
It's been a great instrument for the law enforcement and something else that's moving forward that's going to assist us in any other investigations, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the community safer with the cameras that we have in place.
19 cameras have been installed in Liberty Lake, which lies just east of Spokane. It's a threat mail carriers in eastern Washington and across the country face potentially dangerous dog encounters. USPS says in 2022 there were 10 reported dog attacks in Pasco, and Spokane saw slightly more at 13. That's nearly double the rate of previous years. Eastern Washington mail carriers are sharing guidance to ensure your mail gets delivered on time and safely. The theme for this year's National Dog Bite Awareness Week is Even Good Dogs Have Bad Days. USPS aims to educate owners about the problems workers face with dog attacks. According to Spokane mail carrier Kurt Rain, carriers are taught to follow certain guidelines when it comes to avoiding a dog attack.
We can't enter your yard if there's a dog out in it. If you're leaving a door open, we are not supposed to enter the yard whether or not you have a dog, because we don't always know it.
Kurt says the best advice is to make sure your dog is not outside. If you answer your door for a delivery, make sure the dog is in another room where it cannot run out and attack. And if your dog is outside, make sure it is secured on a leash or behind a fence, and your mail carrier can access your mailbox without having to enter your lawn. In your economic news, first-time unemployment claims last week rose to their highest level in nearly 2 years. Data released today by the Labor Department shows 261,000 unemployment claims filed last week. That's a jump of 28,000 claims from the week prior. It's also higher than economists expected. An increase in weekly jobless claims suggests some softening in the U.S. labor market. However, first-time claims remain below historical averages. Benton and Franklin counties are no longer accepting applications for the rental assistance program implemented during the pandemic as COVID-19 relief funding. According to Benton County officials, because of the pandemic, some people had difficulty paying their rent and utilities. It helped thousands of people in our community catch up on rent. The county assisted with up to 18 months of total assistance in extreme circumstances. Kyle Sullivan, Department of Human Services Manager with Benton County, says they've stopped taking applications because it's all coming to an end.
But this funding, we always knew had an end date. June 30th is when the contract expires. My office actually has not. We stopped accepting applications. Between my office and Goodwill, we had over 500 applications that we wanted to make sure we were able to process by the end of the contract term.
He called the dollars available for rental assistance during COVID unprecedented, while the vacancy rate in the Tri-Cities is critically low. Although local governments won't have the same level of funding for rental assistance they've had over the past few years, there are some resources for people in dire need of help. That information is coming up at 6 o'clock. Well, a change in our local conditions as skies over eastern Washington turn gray. Stacey Lee is tracking your first alert forecast. Plus, protecting your property or business from a wildfire hazard. However, you can face expensive fines for not taking action. That's next on KAPP KVEW Local News at 5 o'clock.
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot, where could she?
Hey everybody, I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more. With a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade. All with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We'll remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom-crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
The Golf Forecast, sponsored by the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic, August 14th through 20th.
Tonight, millions of people across the U.S. remain at risk of inhaling potentially harmful air as wildfire smoke from Canada just keeps rolling in. Weather trackers say winds are pushing thick smoke farther south into the mid-Atlantic, with areas like Northern Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. seeing some of the worst of it today. Karen Kafa has the latest on where the biggest air dangers are now and where they're heading next.
I can feel it in my lungs, and when I'm walking around, it's pretty intense.
The nation's capital now in the thick of the hazardous haze.
I felt like I couldn't really breathe, catch my breath as I usually would be able to.
The Canadian wildfire smoke that's been choking New York this week is slowly pushing across the Northeast. Places like D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia suffering air quality ranging from unhealthy to very unhealthy.
The fine particles can penetrate deeply into fragile lung tissue, causing symptoms including cough, shortness of breath, and wheezing.
New York slightly improving Thursday, downgraded to unhealthy from hazardous on Wednesday. Various airports in the region are experiencing ground stops or delays due to low visibility. The FAA listing the changing conditions for passengers at fly.faa.gov. The South not immune, cities like Raleigh, North Carolina and Louisville, Kentucky experiencing varying alerts such as moderate or unhealthy for sensitive groups.
Just kind of chill out, take a break, sit on the couch, watch some TV, listen to music, do a podcast, write a book.
Forecasters expect the smoke to roll over the Northeast, New England, and Midwest into the weekend, but say a new storm system from the west next week should bring substantial relief.
A warning from West Richland Police: cut back and remove tall weeds from potential wildfire fuels from around your property, or it will cost you. West Richland has an ordinance that requires private property owners and businesses to keep weeds to 6 inches or less. You also need to scale back any potential wildfire fuels by 20 feet from your property. Code enforcement will initially issue warnings, but will follow up with fines. The reason for the emphasis on reducing weeds and adding fire breaks: concerns about the upcoming fire season.
Yeah, so the ordinance for the vegetation is for dead or growing vegetation that's going to be in excess of 6 inches in height above the ground. So anything beyond that would be a violation. The first offense is $250. The second offense is $500. A third offense is $1,000 and or up to 90 days in jail.
Code enforcement tells KAPP that there's heightened concerns about the growth fueled by our wet spring and the coming heat and dry conditions associated with summer in eastern Washington. The weather phenomenon known as El Nino has arrived. That's according to NOAA. An El Nino typically means warmer than average temperatures and could increase the risk of heavy rainfall and droughts in some regions. NOAA says this year El Nino is expected to increase temperatures around the world and could push this or the next year to be the warmest on record. Its influence on the U.S. is expected to be weak during the summer, but stronger this coming fall. NOAA says that could mean drier than average conditions for the Pacific Northwest, but wetter than average conditions from Southern California to the Gulf Coast.
Now, KVEW First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we've been watching and tracking some gloomy skies today. We're checking out the Dust Devils in our Giza Stadium camera tonight. Sunrise at 5:05 today. 8:46 was our sunset. And again, guys getting ready to play a game. Pretty good night for some baseball. Again, most of the storm activity I've been tracking all day is staying well to the east and north of the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities, and the Yakima area. Again, temperatures right now around the area a little cooler than we thought it would be due to that cloud cover. 76 Walla Walla, 74 Tri-Cities, 85 right now in Yakima, 84 in Ellensburg. Here's that setup again. Similar situation, that upper level low pushing moisture from the south to the north. Again, this area in yellow is where we're expecting the most intense storms. I've been watching some very active lightning in western Montana, across the Idaho Panhandle, and in the Spokane Coeur d'Alene area this afternoon. But again, it just kind of swooped on by the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities. Now we have another setup with that upper level low moving into the area once again tomorrow with some more wraparound moisture. But again, the storm should start to decrease as we get through the day tomorrow. So overall, we're looking at maybe some early morning or early midday showers and then tapering off and sunshine later in the day. Good news for all of those graduates out there. Here's what our active radar is showing us right now. Again, most of those showers dissipating, but look on up here to the north. You see that active weather up towards Pullman, Palouse, towards the Spokane area. Lots of thunder and lightning and some potential flooding. A couple of flood advisories in place. Here's what it looks like on our satellite and radar. There's that upper level low right on top of the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities and Yakima. And again, any active weather out on the coast is pushing up north. So this is that wraparound scenario, which will continue through tomorrow. Here's Futurecast to show if we are going to see any showers. Now, we could see some light rain through the Yakima Valley tonight, passing through the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities. Pendleton may see some showers overnight into early Friday morning. Now, we could see a few light showers, Tri-Cities, by about noon tomorrow. But again, with the instability of this system, it may just pass right on by. And again, most of the active weather moving right up through Idaho and that Panhandle and the Blue Mountains as well. Thunder and lightning possible through the day. But by Saturday evening into Sunday morning, we're looking at nice clear skies. So a great day for the weekend. Again, a little bit overcast on Saturday. And again, our storm chance is very low. And the green, again, east of Tri-Cities is where we're tracking that active weather. We've also, we're talking about smoke, and there is a Canadian fire burning, bringing a little bit of smoke and haze through the area. So if it does look a little hazy, we saw that earlier today, hasn't impacted our air quality. We are looking at some breezy and gusty winds in the Yakima Valley, Columbia Basin through this evening. Tomorrow we'll see much lighter winds picking up again a little bit in the morning, dying down in the afternoon, and then picking up in the Kittitas Valley early evening tomorrow through the later part of the evening. Temperatures tonight, we're going to see 50s and 60s, 62 Walla Walla, 67 57 Tri-Cities, 57 Ellensburg, 64 in Yakima. Temps tomorrow again cooling down quite a bit as we get through the day. Check it out along the foothills of the Blues, 70s and 80s. And weather photos, we love those. This is Nedra's garden. How beautiful. Again, you can send your weather photos to slee@kappkvu.com. Maddie?
Thanks so much, Stacy. STCU and KAPP Local News are looking for community volunteers in Benton and Franklin counties who go that extra step helping us all. If you know someone like this, please nominate them by clicking on contests at yaktrinews.com. About every 6 weeks, we choose a volunteer to profile on KAPP Local News, and STCU awards his or her organization a $1,000 donation. Thank you so much for nominating someone, and a big thank you to all volunteers who make our community stronger. We'll be right back after the break.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Tonight, the dangerous smoke blanketing the Northeast. How long will orange haze darken the skies? And how much farther could it travel? The Canada wildfires impacting millions. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
Reel in a fortune during the $200,000 Fishing for a Fortune at Wild Horse Resort and Casino with over $7,000 in cash and prizes every Friday and Saturday. Cash your line and win up to $750 free play, $1,000 cash, or hook a new Pro Lodge boat. Multiply your entries, use your club wild card to earn points, and win special prizes from Billy's Bait Shop. Reel in your next fortune today. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
Are you making these money mistakes that will
ruin your life?
Act rich, get rich.
It's new. It's gross. It's Bitcoin. Crypto, baby! Are you wondering, how am I making money? How am I traveling the world and just living my best life? Well, it's pretty easy, okay?
See what I mean? Let's talk about managing your money in real life.
Mom, get out of here!
Thank you.
Find a healthier approach to money at Giza.
A hike with a view of the Palouse.
About 9 miles north of Pullman.
There's nothing like it for miles around.
They can hike to the ridge from the parking lot and back in about a half an hour.
Kamiak Butte on Fly the Northwest. KAPP Local News at 6, Tuesday.
E.T. in Nashville.
Our week of country exclusives rolls on with Jelly Roll.
Look at your boy, baby, I'm on TV.
And CMA Fest co-host Lainey Wilson. Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on KAPP.
He founded the first TV evangelist and host of the show 700 Club. Pat Robertson has passed away. Robertson started the Christian Broadcasting Network, the political advocacy group, the Christian Coalition, and Christian College Regent University. In 1988, he also ran for president as a Republican. He's also known for his outspoken views of homosexuality, feminism, and a host of hot-button issues. Robertson was 93 years old. There's no word yet on his cause of death. And another high-profile passing, the death of a wrestling superstar. The legend known as the Iron Sheik has died. That's according to a post on his official social media account. Now, his real name is Hossein Khosrow Ali Vaziri. The Iron Sheik was known as Hulk Hogan's foe in the 1980s. In the World Wrestling Federation, he was 81 years old. Here's a look at what's ahead in about 5 minutes on World News Tonight with David Muir.
Tonight, the dangerous smoke blanketing the Northeast. How long will orange haze darken the skies? And how much farther could it travel? The Canada wildfires impacting millions. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
At Bruce Heating & Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating & Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating & Air.
So, Richardson family, the neighbors are very curious about your new family member.
Oh, Elizabeth?
Hello.
We built her when our daughter moved out so we could keep our family plan and save money.
With US Cellular, you don't need a fourth line to get the best deal. It's just $29.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines.
Oh.
I guess we don't need a fourth line anymore.
This is awkward.
Now at US Cellular, it's just $29.99 per line, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With Dream Ahead College Investment Plan, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more. With a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade. All with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye, Alice!
I'm stuck.
Not funny anymore.
Yes, it is. Wait, guys, the Mesozoic times are boring and have 0 rad attractions. Triple play is fun. I want to stay here.
Of course you can stay. Oh, fantastic. We won't regret this.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's on the logo already. Marketers are the worst.
I'm here to find my husband.
The beehive just exploded.
I'm not here for the foolishness.
Come to the airport.
This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
The summer of Swift. Next Extra, a tour, a new man, and our lost interview with a teenage Taylor before all the breakup anthems.
I wrote a song called Fearless, and it's about the best first date I haven't had yet.
Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on KAPP KVEW.
Welcome back, everyone. 2 community theaters located only an hour drive from each other are putting on the same production at the same time. Both the Little Theater of Walla Walla and Richland Players are putting on their versions of Clue. While the movie and the game are well known, the stage play is relatively new. So many theaters are putting their own spin on the murder mystery. Tomorrow morning on Good Morning America, or Good Morning Northwest, you'll hear a bit about each production and what makes them unique. And a programming note, Friday night, KAPP KVEW News will air at different times, so ABC can bring you coverage of Game 4 of the NBA Finals. World News Tonight airs at 4 on Friday, followed by a special edition of KAPP KVEW Local News at 4:30. Then coverage of the NBA Finals begins at 5 o'clock. We'll be back after the game. Let's go ahead and take a final look at the weather with Stacey Lee.
That's right, a little gloomy, a little overcast, but we do have your golf forecast, and a lot of you want to hit the little white ball this weekend. Look for some showers early part of the day till about midday. Then we'll start to see clearing skies and sunshine beginning Friday evening. As you get into Saturday, not a bad looking day at all. Again, partly sunny with light winds out there, and on Sunday, same thing. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Get further into the week. We cool down slightly, then we head right back into the 90s as we get into next week with nice clear skies, looking great. Just a little dip in the temps on Wednesday, but yeah, it's going to be a warm one next week. Lots of sunshine. It's going to feel like summer, and those temperatures pretty mild in the evening. In Yakima, again, look for those breezy winds. 40% chance of showers tomorrow. Again, we'll stay 80s on Saturday, start warming gradually Sunday into the early part of next week. So not a bad looking forecast.
All right, thanks, Stacey. World News Tonight is next. We're back here at 6 o'clock.